there's some women out there who are finding it really hard to live with the man that they're with, just because they realize that they are better at some things that he is. So, and sometimes you've got to be reminded that you've got to respect this guy. And that's why women, are reminded to respect the man, because if you see further than him, you can juggle things better than him, you have a higher pain threshold than him, it's very easy for you to forget your purpose and start to disrespect him or feel that he's not up to standard. But that's not true, because in the areas of his strength, he's actually equipped to be strong, to be stronger and better in those areas. Now, will it work if this phone starts to try to improve my memory? Let's start to think about this. Will it work if this phone starts to complain about the things I cannot do as well as it? Will it work for this phone? Don't forget that this phone, even though we're saying the phone is a helper. And in our lives, we know who the helpers are. Will it work if this phone starts to make me feel less of a man because I cannot do what it can? Will it work if this phone starts to challenge me because it is better than me in some aspects? Will it work if this phone tries to take the lead because it can do these things more than me? The only reason why this phone will want to do these things is if it did not know its purpose. That's why it's important that we know our purpose. If it knew its purpose as my helper, it would focus all its amazing capabilities on helping me achieve my goals. And guess what? What are my goals? My goals are to provide, to protect, and to love. So every ability that we see that the helper has is to help me to love more, to protect more, and to provide more. Did you just get that? As a team, we could do so much better than as individuals. Without my phone, I am limited. I would struggle. Do we get that? Without my phone, without my helper, any man out there, realize this. Without your helper, you would struggle. And no matter how well you're doing, with a helper, you actually will do better. And this is true. This is actually true. And guess what? On the other hand, the phone, without me, could not achieve much by itself. So we need each other. Let's know that males and females, when in the dynamics that we have, we need each other. So we need to know our purpose so that we can function together and have synergy and produce great results. God created the man first model. Then he saw that the man needed help. Okay, just like this one, women were created to be better than men in many aspects. Okay, women think faster than men. Women have greater memory than men. Most women can see wider and further than men. Women can multitask better than men. Women can have a higher pain threshold. Women nurture more. They take care of people and things better. And that's just amazing. And now this is where the problem is. Often we see men complaining. My husband forgets my anniversary or birthdays. You can't blame him. He just forgot. With time he'll remember, but he's got lower memory capacity than you do. Okay, so many women lose respect for their husbands and start to treat their husbands like children. Don't do that. The fact that you're able to do these things more than him does not mean that you treat him like a child. You aren't his mother. You're his lover, wife, helper, not his mother. So don't start to treat your man or your husband like a child just because you've noticed that in some respects you're doing a lot better. That's how it's supposed to be. But that energy is supposed to be used to help him. That capacity is supposed to be used to help him. How do you deal with an in-law who doesn't know their boundaries? The issue here is like, you can't really deal with your in-law because they're your in-laws. So you're supposed to be always loving and nice to them. But your husband, it's his parents, it's his brothers, it's his sisters. He is the person who has to deal with them. So in this case where your in-laws don't know their boundaries, your husband has to set the boundaries, communicate the boundaries, and enforce the boundaries consistently till they know their place and you're protected. That's the way it's supposed to be. I need some help here, so guys, let's hear from you. How can a relationship between a mother and daughter be mended after it's discovered that they shared the same man and both were sexually active? Taking note that it was at different times. Please let me know your thoughts.
What will I do if my wife doesn't present me well to her siblings and friends? So definitely she needs counseling where she's told that, that's not something you do. And then on the flip side of that, if truly there are things you're doing to her that's not right or that's hurting her, then you need to stop doing that as well. So that way she has nothing to present to her siblings and friends.
If you realize that your purpose is to help, you will not look down on the person you were created to help. This is the purpose for your creation. Men need different levels of help. And this is interesting. And that's where you use your power of choice to choose the level of your ministry. And that's true. Like as you choose, the power of choice is yours. You choose who you attach to or who you get married to. So choose a person who the help that they need. Always whoever you marry will need help. Find out what kind of help they need. And make sure it's the kind of help you can give. If the help they require is more than you can give, then that's not your husband. Too many times when you're looking for a husband, you're not trying to gauge how much help they need. Many women don't actually think in terms of help. Most times is, can he finance me? Can he do this for me? Can he do that for me? When actually you're designed as a helper, you've got to look at this man and see how much help does this man need. And if I'm able to give that help, then that's my ministry. I can tell you this now, whoever you marry, no matter how perfect they are, it's going to be a ministry. Ministry means you're going to have to serve that person, work with that person to improve in some kind of way or the other. And you have to work with them. So it's a ministry. So the thing is this, whatever ministry you choose is your choice. There are a certain number of things that you've got to think about when you're looking for a husband. One, naturally your husband is going to lead you. So many times women forget to look for the leader in the man. So one, look at what kind of help that they require, and then look for the leader in the man. These things point in the direction of the person that you will choose. Did you just get that? Don't get frustrated because you're better than him in some things. Don't stop respecting him because you're better than him in some other things. Don't try to change him or improve him. I've seen where women just really put a lot of effort into trying to change the man. You chose him the way he is, then help him. Don't attempt to change him. Then when he doesn't change, you want to throw him away or get away. That's not the plan. You're there to be a helper. When we realize our purpose, we tend to relax and things work better because we now know that yes, I'm better than him in these certain parts, but I can use it to help him. Not I can, I will. I'm supposed to use it to help him. Do you just get that? Many women stress their men with their higher capacity. That's not your purpose. Stop trying to get him to be better in these respects. I've seen women where you're trying to dot all his I's and cross all his T's. So he feels like he's back in school. Like pick that up, do this, do that, do that. And there's this woman who is his wife that he loves, but she's on him consistently, trying to dot his I's, cross his T's. And for the man, it gets stressful. So realize that that's not the whole point. Just do what you do to help him. And also for the men, it's like your wife is your helper. Don't push her away. Because sometimes, because the woman can do all of these things, men sometimes get to just want to push them away or compete. But don't do that. You can't compete. She's there to help you. She's not competition. Am I talking to anybody? One of the things to consider when you choose a husband is what kind of level of help does the man need? Okay? Bottom line is this. If you know your purpose in the man's life, you will struggle less and things will work out better. If you know your purpose in this man's life, you are going to struggle less and things will work better.